Hey everyone, this is customspraymods. Now if you caught my last episode, you'll see that I'm going to paint the wheels of this Toyota 86, but I wasn't quite sure on the colour. So I asked if you guys could go online and fill out a survey and help me choose the colour that I want. Well, the results are in, and it looks like that the gloss charcoal metallic was the most popular colour, followed closely by dark blue with metal flakes. So I'm not going to paint wheels on this 86. I've got some new ones. I've got these new wheels here. I'm going to paint them in a gloss charcoal metallic. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is sand these all down, put some edge primer on, and start doing my base coats. Should be cool. Check it out. Okay, so I'm going to start sanding these down. I'm going to sand them with 240 grit. You can use other sandpapers before 240 grit. So before you put your primer, you really should use a 240 grit sandpaper. You can do it by hand or you can do it on a machine. Either way, just scratch it up so that the primer will stick. So new. Someone do it. No, here it goes. Okay, so I rubbed on my wheels with 240 grit sandpaper. Now I'm ready to put my primer on. I'm going to use a 2K epoxy primer. It's going to stick directly to that bare metal and I'll be able to spray my colour straight on top. Let's do it. Alright, this is my old epoxy primer from when I did my bike tank, and as you can see, it's quite chunky, so it needs a bit of stirring. If you've got an old primer, make sure you stir it because it does settle. Okay, I'm using a 2mm spray gun and a paint strainer. As always, clean the job with wax and grease remover before you start spraying. Because there are no repairs on these wheels, I've thinned the primer a lot more than normal. Using about 30% thinner makes the primer lay down smoother, and this makes it easy to sand. Now I'm going to spray about 2 to 3 coats of primer on these wheels, then I'm going to let it dry overnight, then I'll be ready to start sanding down. So I've sprayed the 2K epoxy primer on these wheels, I've let them dry, they're fully cured now. I'm ready to sand it with some 800 grit wet sandpaper, then I'll be ready for my colour. You can see I've sanded this little bit here. Now the part that's nice and sanded is really flat and smooth, and you can see the orange peel from the primer. That's what we need to get rid of. So when you're sanding, you need it to look like that, not like that, like that. Okay, so I'm rubbing these wheels, and because they're very curved and there's a lot of different angles, it's not easy to rub, and you're going to get some rub throughs like this. You can see how I've rubbed straight through to the bare metal there. Well, what I like to do is carry a bit of 1K edge primer in a spray can and just touch that up and let it dry, and then give it a light rub once that edge primer is dry, just to seal off the bare metal, because you can get a reaction between the paint and the edges of the primer or that bare metal, even on a small area like that. So to avoid any problems, a bit of edge primer over your little rub throughs, and we'll avoid any problems in the future. Now I'm going to spray 3 coats of the base coat on these wheels, and I'm going to spray 3 coats because they're quite difficult to spray. There's a lot of different angles, so I want to make sure I get paint on every bit of the wheel. So yeah, 3 to 4 coats to make sure you really get it covered. Now, using my mini spray gun, I'm going to spray some metal flake on the inside of the spokes, then a black candy over that. Finally, it's time to put the clear coat on. I'm using a 2-pack clear. I'm going to spray the insides and all the hard to reach areas first, then spray the outer face last to avoid an overspray and a dry edge. Now it's time to paint the center caps to these wheels. I'm going to sand them down, then I'll be ready to put some carbon fibre on. Okay, I'm going to attempt to hydro dip these things. First, I'm going to paint them silver. First, I'm going to spray some plastic primer. Now I'm going to spray a few coats of silver and let it dry for at least 2 hours. Then I'll be ready to start hydro dipping. Okay, so I'm going to mix up my activator. I'm going to use product called xylene and some universal 2K thinner. I'm going to put about 10% of that. Okay, so I've cut out my little piece, only about the size that I need. I'm just experimenting here, so let's just hope it works. What I've got here is a tub full of water, and I'm using a heater to get the water up to about 30 degrees. Not bad for my first try. Oh, that one worked too. Now that I've got the print on the product that I want, you need to wash it down with water and get all that slime off, then you're ready to start clear coating. Okay, so I'm about to put the wheels back on the 8.6. While I got the wheels off, I've got the car on jack stands. I'm going to paint the brake calipers. I've got a type of caliper paint here. It's a 2-in-1, so it's a colour and a hardener. It's a 2-pack brake caliper paint. You activate it just like the 2K clear in an aerosol and spray it on your brake calipers and you get an awesome coloured caliper. So I'm going to use black and do these calipers on the 8.6. Okay, so I've used the Foliatec 2-pack brake caliper paint on this 8.6, and overall I reckon it's pretty good. It seems to go on really nice and smooth, and it's nice. It's a nice colour. It's going to be full gloss as well. That's the benefit of the 2-pack. It's going to stay glossy for a lot longer than a single pack caliper paint or any kind of paint. So yeah, they're the benefits of the 2-pack brake caliper paint. Pretty good. Check it out. painted the wheels on the 8.6. Well, not the stock wheels, I got some custom wheels, painted them in a colour that I liked, and finally put a 2K clear over the lot that really gives it a durable finish. I know no one else is going to have this colour on their wheels, or if they do, I have to appreciate the effort they went into painting it. Because when you paint something, it really makes it your own. Rather than vinyl wrapping or putting spray film or plastic dip, it's more of a permanent option, so you're really stuck with it and you really care about it a lot more. That's the thing about paint, you can make something standard, something boring, you can make it your own. And that's why I recommend get out there, get a spray can, get a spray gun, and spray something that you own and really make it yours and unique. So yeah, check it out. That was Custom Spray Mods.